What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to the $10,000 EIDL grant stimulus update. Major progress. It is Thursday, March the 18th, 2021. Please do me each favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Hashtag EIDL with your comments below. And if you want 10 grand or the balance thereof, the removal of the loan caps, put them back up at $2 million where they belong, and a chance. Not a guarantee, but a chance that the EIDL loan is forgiven altogether. So you don't owe the SBA a dime. That I ask you to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the bell, and you got to follow me on Twitter at Remote Online. At Remote Online, as I've said before, I own a job board, 4,000 jobs there if you know anybody that wants to work from home. But I'm blowing up on Twitter right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I never thought much of Twitter, even though I've tweeted over 3,500 times, but something is going on. My page, thanks to you guys, has exploded. It's gone from 150 to over 700 subscribers or followers here in the last couple of days. I think we can hit 1,000 by the end of the weekend. I'm going to play you something right now that will have you convinced. I don't care how negative you are, how big of a Debbie Downer you are, and Lord knows we've got some. You are about to see something that was inspired by this guy right here. I can promise you guys and gals, there is a half a dozen major players all the way to the president's office, Senate and House, that listen to every single word I say. I am telling you right now, I have never kissed and told, ever. I don't share screenshots on emails. I don't say, hey, I just got off the phone with so-and-so's office. There are people on television that I've had the pleasure of talking to over the last 12 months, but I know for a fact, the minute I spill that dirt, it's over. They'll never talk to me again. But I'm telling you guys right now, and I've been doing this now for an entire year, we have never been as close to getting you this money. We've never been as close to another 6 months of working capital. We've never been as close to the possibility of getting the loan wiped out altogether so you don't pay the SBA a single dime. So I need you to sit down, shut up, pull up a chair, grab yourself a beer, ice cold glass of wine. I'm on day fast 5. I had a small salad last night. Still on the water. Here we go. By the way, down 12 pounds and I feel amazing. But more importantly, I'm about ready to show you guys something. If it doesn't have you convinced that this particular senator, who is probably number one in terms of getting you 10 grand, removing the caps, regardless of size or location, opening up the door for another 6 months of working capital, AKA a loan equal to greater of what you already received from the SBA. If you don't think that this office, through their chief of staff, of course, I won't mention his name, isn't listening to everything I say now on Twitter as well, you need to check yourself. So I don't do screen shares. Someday when I get all fancy, I'll do that for you. I've never edited a video. Everything's on my iPhone, but I want to play something for you. And you tell me, ladies and gentlemen, you tell me, who does this sound like? One of my other tiny little trusty cheap HPs. So bear with me while I get this set up.
COVID-19 has impacted our country, of course, in profound ways. It's been particularly challenging for many of our small businesses in Nevada. For travel and tourism, our industry has been hit hard, and 99% of businesses in Nevada are small businesses. And while we're on the road to recovery, our economy is just not going to rev back to life with the flick of a switch. It is going to take time. So that's why 2 weeks ago, I reintroduced my bipartisan EIDL for Small Business Act with Senator Cornyn. Our bill would lift the SBA's caps on EIDL loans and EIDL advance grants, providing all eligible small businesses with loans up to $2 million and the full $10,000 grants, regardless of size or location, just as Congress intended to when we passed the CARES Act just about a year ago. So I know we're here to discuss PPP as our small businesses continue to struggle. We can't lose sight of the other critical lifelines like EIDL.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, who does that sound like? Let's see, $10,000 or the balance thereof, regardless of size or location. Get rid of the loan caps, put them back at $2 million where they belong, so we can get another 6 months of working capital, which means a loan equal or greater to than you already received from the SBA. And then, oh, by the way, she didn't have time, but we may as well throw in forgiveness so you don't pay the SBA a fucking dime this time next year because they've already used their discretion to extend the payments out a year. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me carefully. I have never kissed and told on this channel. I've never once said, I spoke to Senator so-and-so or Congresswoman such and such. But if you go to my Twitter handle right now, you'll notice I have 14 people I'm following. 4. I've got about 750 thanks to you followers, hopefully over 1,000 by Monday. Every single one of them know who I am. Believe you me. And they all have various opinions of me. I told you this before. About a third think I'm amazing. About a third think I'm nuts. And about a third think I should be arrested. Right, Chuck Schumer? But I don't give a shit. Until you get your money. I love picking on him. He's such a grandstander. Until you get your money, 10 grand or the balance thereof, remove those caps, give us another 6 months. And just like Big Ben Cardin, one of the 14 that I follow, I want the EIDL loan wiped out altogether, so you never pay the SBA a single dime. This pandemic, this lockdown was not your fault. Many of you were told in New York City in particular, right, Chuck Schumer? Go back in your house and lock the door, wear a mask, stand 6 feet apart. Now we're just getting to the point where we got all these new grants, and thankfully, with respect to live venues and restaurants, but do they, as I just said about 20 minutes ago on Twitter, do they require a 30% economic loss? Do they require a 50% economic loss with fewer than 10 people at the restaurant? No fucking way. I want, with the help of Miss Isabel Guzman, who I adore, and Miss Jacky Rosen, who is clearly a hero of the small business community. She's fighting the establishment. I've told you guys, yes, there were no Republican votes, but the Democrats control every branch of government. They could have gotten rid of the low-income community requirements, but this woman that I just showed you, along with the one that just took the reins at the SBA, Miss Isabel Guzman, in conjunction with John Cornyn, Big Ben Cardin, Maria Salazar, and Nydia Velasquez, among others like Karen Mills, they're coming together. We are, to use an analogy for the OGs, we're on the quarter-inch yard line. There is so much buzz. There is so much willingness right now. Miss Isabel Guzman, I'm going to make a prediction right now, and I said this earlier this week, she's going to use her discretion. Everybody that takes on a role like this, and she called it the role of a lifetime on Twitter last night, they want to make a grand entrance. She wants to know. She wants everyone to know there's a new sheriff in town. And what better way, Miss Isabel Guzman, than right now, with the approval of guys like Chuck Schumer, who controls the Senate, to use your discretion like your predecessor did to ration the grant and cap the loans. Get rid of the caps on the loans. Get rid of the low-income community and even the economic loss requirement. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps one of the biggest reasons why payments are slow is something big is about to go down, whereby they get rid of most, if not all, of the ridiculous requirements and say in a massive press release, aka email that'll go to 9 million people, congratulations. As a result of Miss Isabel Guzman, alongside Jacky Rosen, John Cornyn, and the entire crew that I follow, is going to use her discretion with our approval, and if necessary, an executive order from President Biden himself to remove the loan caps and get $10,000 to everybody, regardless of credit score, size, or location. Whether you got 1,000 per employee or you're due the entire 10 grand because you applied between the middle of July and December 27th, I am totally convinced this is it. We must come together right now. This is so absolutely crucial. You got to follow me at Remote Online on Twitter. You got to share and retweet and comment on every single thing I do, including the pinned comment to Miss Isabel Guzman. And I'm calling on all the other channels. Speak and See, who's been on fire lately. The Stephen Carlson Show. Mr. Hollywood Purple Power himself, LA Late. Meet Kevin. Max Maher and JJ the CPA. Those are your two PPP experts. And yes, You might notice I'm tweeting to Miss Isabel Guzman and the entire crew, I want PPP1 and PPP2 retroactive. I don't know anything, and I don't care to know anything about that. So if you have questions about PPP, you reach out to JJ the CPA and Max Maher, who's got the best hair on all of YouTube. Tell them I sent you, because they're the ones that are going to help you. My job, as the good Lord said 1 year ago, almost to the day, was to get you 10 grand, regardless of size, credit score, or location. Removal of the loan cap so you can get another 6 months of working capital, i.e. a loan equal to or greater than you already received. And yes, according to Big Ben Cardin himself, who runs the Senate Committee for the Small Business Administration, I want it wiped out altogether so you never pay the SBA a single dime. So ladies and gentlemen, please, thumbs up, share this everywhere. Make sure you follow me at Remote Online on Twitter. And until next time, always remember, we got this. That I love you, each and every one of you. And thanks so much for watching.